All right, so continuing on our product series and talking specifically about how to use things and getting to the point. This is Optimum Opti-Clean. I use this as my waterless wash product. There are other waterless wash options out there. You could use, I don't have a lot of experience with Ultima, but I know Ultima makes a really good solution. You have CarPro ECH2O, so you could use something like that. If you're doing a lot of silicon dioxide coatings on your cars, ECH2O is probably the preferred method. I have it in my garage. I'll be adding it most likely to my coating or my SUV and truck coating package later on. But in most cases, I want a waterless wash that I can use on all types of surfaces, whether it's wax, a coating, whether it's silicon dioxide based, titanium dioxide based, or it's something like the magic of Opti-Gloss coat or something like that. I want a solution that I can use for all different types of surfaces, being as my 4 cars, I have C-quartz on 2 of them. I have Colonite 845 on the other, and I have the ammo system on the 3rd. And so something like, and the reason I use this, something like this product allows me to work and carry this or throw this in the back seat of any car. And so here's what I think about when I think about a waterless wash. I think about using it in an emergency situation, or again, if let's say that I'm at a Cars and Coffee or a car show and there's a giant bug, I'm going to liberally spray this on the paint and use this as my option. And so this comes if you buy this individually, if you buy part of the car washing package, this comes pre-diluted in a bottle, and then I send you a concentrate. It says very clearly, the directions are very simple, that you would mix one part of this with 3 parts water, and so you get a 32 ounce bottle of this. Is going to last you probably several years, just depending on how often you use this stuff. The other thing that I'll mention is that you can use either towel. I like to use either one of these. My beloved blue Edgeless drying towel. I like to reserve these, even though part of the car washing package only includes this towel. I wanted to keep it simpler. So you can use this for drying, you can use it for waterless washing, you can use it for rinseless washing, you can use it for a number of things. You could also use the door jamb towel for rinseless washing as well. But in my world, or for my purposes, I'm using the Plush Waffle Weave, or the Rag Company Pluffle. This is the new one with the new edge, and this is the original one with the original silk edge. So this, I guess they're calling a satin edge versus a silk edge. And so these I like using for, I don't know, I just feel like it grabs dirt a little better. The little waffle weave pockets, and I just think it does well for a waterless wash. So if you're interested in waterless washing, or if you're doing it often, or you're doing touch-ups often, then I would recommend this. And so here's when I would use this. I would use this, again, if I had a bug or something, or I generally don't do this waterless washing on the whole vehicle. I would prefer to do a rinseless. And by definition, if you're not familiar, a waterless wash means that there is no water involved. I'm simply using the chemical and a towel. If I'm doing rinseless, I would have water in a bucket, but I wouldn't be spraying it off with a hose or a pressure washer. So let's go out to the Raptor. The Raptor's dirty, and let's target a certain area, and let me show you how to use this stuff. So this isn't a particularly great example, but here's an example of, if you see this spot right here, this little whatever water spot or dirt spot of let's say I was at a car show or something like that, and I wanted to remove that. And let's pretend like that was all over this area. I wish I had a dirtier spot on the car. I just don't. And so let's pretend that that's in a larger area, and we wanted to get that off because we just got to a car event or a car show or something like that, and now we have our clean car, our clean truck, but we wanted to get it cleaned off because we want it to look nice. And so with waterless wash, again, I'm going to use it a lot of times for targeting certain areas, or again in a pinch where, let's say, the front of the car was covered in bugs. And so you can't, in general, you can't use too much product. And so let's just clean this area here on the dirty truck. Now, I've been driving the truck for the last week or so. This has C-Quartz titanium dioxide, C-Quartz TiO2 on it, and so I'm going to soak the area down. So you notice you're getting significant beading, and let it sit there for a second, and then I'm going to grab a second towel in order to clean up this area. I got the product on there. This has an interesting smell to it. I really like it. It smells very chemically, but also I feel like I'm getting some work done. And so when you're doing this, I fold my towels in quarters. And so I have a lead towel or a dirty towel and a cleaner follow towel. And so I don't want to apply any pressure. Again, paint isn't some like magical fairy-based formula where you're going to scratch it if you touch it. You know, some paints are softer than others. You know, this white paint isn't terribly sensitive, but you know, again, I'm not saying you need to, you know, have some crazy system where you're so concerned that you might damage the paint. You can still touch the paint. You just need to use care. Just don't go crazy on it. And so, you know, I'm gonna take my towel. So there goes that little spot. I'm going to take my towel. I'm going to flip it off, and so again, the advantage of folding it in quarters like this is I have, what do I have? I have a bunch of 16 sides if I flip the towel around a bunch of times, so I can get a lot of use out of the towel. And so this towel went and grabbed the bulk of the dirt here in this area of the car, and then this cleaner towel is going to come back and make sure we don't have any leftover product in order to make sure we don't have any, you know, streaking or, you know, leftovers. So now, you know, this area is clean. You'll also notice that this waterless wash will leave, if you, let's say you didn't have anything on the paint, it'll leave a pretty hydrophobic surface. So it does a good job. My guess is, I don't know the answer to this, but my guess is that it's Optimum No Rinse based. So there's a similar chemical where it's going to lift or capture the dirt, lift it to the surface, emulsify it if necessary, so break it down chemically, and then it will, you know, that'll help you remove the dirt. So even though this didn't look very dirty, again, I've been driving this for 2 weeks, and so that the truck is extremely dirty. It's rained on it 4 or 5 times, and so I was able to remove whatever dirt. You know, white cars are harder to show on camera, but that's the basic waterless wash process. You can do that on any section. You can do it on the windows, you can do it on the mirrors, you can do it on the trim, you can do it anywhere on the surface of the vehicle in order to get it clean. And so again, this is, you know, Optimum Waterless Wash or Opti-Clean. I would much rather see, or I would much rather use, in my case, in my experience, a waterless wash than a detail spray. So, you know, detail sprays have become much less of a useful thing for me. I don't use it as often because I'm going to generally use a dedicated waterless wash for touch-ups, or I'm going to use some sort of dedicated drying aid, whether it's spray wax, Kinetech Showroom Shine, Ammo Hydrate. I'm going to use a dedicated drying aid for the drying section. Really, the only time I use a detail spray is as a clay lube, or if, you know, it just happened to be all that I had. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is available in the store. It's also available as part of the main car washing package. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, to the floor.